All right, this is Rugby Central on Poly Central. It's Coach Pat over there and
Hey,
Coach Demi over
what's
here.
up? What's
You know
up?
what I
What's up?
mean?
That's good, yo.
Man, we just watched Stonga last night. What happened? We played Spain, and then all of a sudden they doing the tango in Ep.5. What is going on?
Spain when they gave us that tango lesson. Huh?
It remind me of when Richard Sherman and them was eating at Levi's on Thanksgiving
The
night.
turkey leg.
Boy,
Oh man.
they was eating empanadas over there and paellas at Ep.5. Tonga, get it together, man. Big love to y'all, but
I think also it just comes down to chemistry. Um, like I said, it's probably like the fourth week they all been together. Excuse me, but you know, it's hard to just get off the plane, train. To put a system into place is hard as in itself, and then to run it at the international level. Had a couple guys, local guys, and one of our cousin, actually Timmy's first cousin, Sefo Sagalia. Shout out to Sefo. Starting, he's a local guy, and some of the local guys, but you know, in a way, we can't really expect much right now, to be honest. And I hate to say that, but it's part of the building process into
okay.
Our goal is the World Cup.
but come on, rugby has been 100 years in Tonga.
Dang. True that.
Spain just had rugby for 5 years.
Get out of here.
Yo,
Yeah.
that's a
you
soccer
serious?
country, bruh. That's a soccer
Spaniard.
country.
Spain.
The
5 years of rugby over there, and we have over 100 years. I'm not saying frustration. I'm just saying it's 100 years, man. They just picked this up 5 years ago.
I think it's also hard to break bad habits and bad tradition.
Right.
Because you also remember, like, Dawn didn't start at the number one level. They didn't start at the top tier. Right. We're actually better than what we were way before. But it's just, there's a lot of generational BS, right, in front of it that where it has to be broken. But it's
So
it's up to them.
Where
to
should
break
we
it.
start?
It always
you
starts
know?
in the office.
Front office.
Because think
right?
about it, right? You look at the Niners.
Management.
You got John Lynch. You had a new head coach come in. Boom, easy work, right? Mate Maton, new people, new come guys. Boom, different result, right? We have the same committee, maybe a different new head coach. Doesn't change, right? Because there's just
Like if you
bad
got
habits that just
the
needs to be
cutthroat committee and then Mac Dre died, right? We gotta replace it, right?
You got to figure it out though.
Right.
The office plays a big part because they can help with funds, right? There should be a way they can find ways.
At the end of the day, if the players don't get paid but the committee get paid, I think we got a problem.
Yeah, but there's also their sponsorships, right? That's the marketing, right? That's someone that doesn't want to go out their way and go find someone else to help them. Like
Exactly.
there's ways to make money.
Like
There's-
Tonga Weha used to be a good sponsorship, right? When he was with Northampton, because he would get Tonga the gear, they would get the cleats, they would get the jerseys, And my hope, maybe one day, shout out to Vortex Rugby. They want to do Ikaletahi. Reach out to my peoples at Vortex Rugby. They want to do your outfit, your shorts,
But that's something, right? Because that's what I learned in college.
Right.
It's just promotion. There's always some way to make a way, right? But you just saying, "Oh, this all we got," that's a bad mentality, right? That's just not even a winner mentality.
Yeah.
That's just saying, "Yeah, I'm stuck and I'm gonna live with it." Like, no, bro. We got a country behind us. We need to figure out a way to give them something.
And my thing is like, I got respect for the OGs, mad respect. But I feel like at the end of the day, you got to put in young bucks because that's the future,
Mhm.
right? Like to me, if we gonna rebuild, I'd rather rebuild with the youngsters getting more playtime then watching us suffer because we just keep playing bully ball. You know what I mean? Like we brought the scenario of the Warriors were really good when they were on their run, playing small ball against teams that they were just playing big man. You know what I mean? And the versatility that you can play with, like I feel like the world is adapting. That if you play guys that are like physically in the best shape of their lives,
Mm-hmm.
like even though you may not know how to play the game, I feel like if you know how to run, you might outrun the guy that don't run. Because at the end of the day, it's a sport, right? You gotta run, you gotta tackle. You can't make a tackle if you can't run, right?
You
And
gotta evolve.
that's what I'm saying. Like I think,
Right, me and Peto was talking about it. Like New Zealand guys, they work on simplicity,
Right,
simple
right.
plays, but they make it big.
right,
Right, but they take everything account. You don't need the guys that are fastest, right? You don't need that, but you need the guys that know how to play. Like look at Fiji when they play seven. They play together.
right,
They play on time, right? They're always passing the ball, always learning how to offload it. Look for the next guy.
Yeah.
But they know how to play together.
Oh, 1,000.
But they don't. You don't know everybody on that sevens team because they don't have those number name stars on the team. But they got guys that know how to play.
Yeah.
That play really well together.
I think that Waka just hit different.
That too, bro.
that Waka is no joke.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I think as well, like just doing the little things, like even like we say, if you watch Fiji practice their sevens, like even if there's no opposition, they're still down there rucking like someone is on the other side. Kiwis do the same thing too.
Right.
They tend to, when they come to the ruck, even though it's a captain run, right? Before the game, there's something called captain run.
I mean, look at the Springboks. Right. I just wanted to say the discipline that South Africa does when they play rugby and the type of rugby they play, at the moment, I think is unmatched at the moment.
Yeah, but they prideful about the game.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like us
Oh, they-
Pollies, we prideful about hitting
right.
very hard.
Right.
Like I learned from the South Africans that I met throughout my years, like they love it.
Right.
Like, it's like football for
Right.
us. Like we love the sport. Like this is our culture. That's what South Africa does. Cause you think about it, their schools, bro. They got hella people at their little high school championships.
Yeah, dude.
But it's because it's their country. It's their country sport.
Their high school games looks like college games.
Nah, that games we live, bro. Yeah, I see.
They walling, but shout
They
out.
got a league, huh? Don't they have a league there?
Yeah, they have their own league.
They have their
Curry
own
Cup.
rugby league.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like
know.
that even makes it even better, right? 'Cause we
Toso VT Toso, because even though you took an L to New Zealand, the Kiwis, Fiji just lost. We just watched it. Don't hold your head down, Fiji. You still raw. Like
Yeah.
if that was
still
thrown, the
won a
points
gold
would have been
medal,
100 something. We know that.
want a gold medal, man. That's
know.
that's crazy.
Shout out to the boys. You know what I mean? And who's Samoa play next?
I think they play the PNC next.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, the PNC is next. Man, Don, we need a W. Where are we gonna find a dub? Where is Don gonna find a W?
Get to Mexico.
Yeah. But
We gonna play Palestine.
just to
Free Palestine, bro. But who we gonna get a dub from, bro? At Pacific Feast, we gonna get a dub down the street.
like the New Zealand players, like this past weekend, New Zealand played England for 2 weeks, and the amount of adaptability they had to go through to win those games. See, like South Africa, they played one game, they beat Ireland. The second test, they lost. So it kind of explains the reason why Kiwis are really good is they can adapt. When it comes to South Africa, they're really good, but they've come up with a strategy that's way, way different from everyone else. But it ended up, kicking them in their own. Ireland figured them out, and then they won the second match. So I think the real thing is like adaptability and doing the small things right.
Yeah.
But we're gonna segue into TD. Shout out to TD, man. We always do this rugby stuff podcast, but this wouldn't be in existence if Coach TD from the East Palo Alto Razorbacks.
Hey,
He didn't bring us into this world of
shout out to TD.
rugby where
Man.
right. He even showed this kid how to play football.
Yeah.
Right. And big ups to Dave and Herb Rugby. Is it Herb Rugby out there in Texas?
Hurricanes or something.
Hurricane, yeah.
Hurricanes. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I don't know where I got the herb from. I think it's from Pacific Feast. The air is blowing from down the street. But Texas Rugby. Shout out to you and TD. You guys got our boy down there. That's the man who.
Hey,
We were talking about like a big memory of rugby in East Palo Alto for the Razorbacks is if ain't nobody had no cleats.
Yeah.
But TD had a bag of cleats, and we all first come, first serve.
yep.
Right? That's a
You ain't got it, he got it.
right?
Yeah. Nah,
You don't know the game, he'll teach you how to play.
TD
His own
brought rugby to East Palo Alto.
Oh yeah, like at that moment in the early 2000s, it was there was hardly any rugby in EPA for a minute, right? Since the early 90s,
Yeah.
late 80s. And then there was a team. We all Penn Green at the
Yeah.
moment.
Everyone played for
It was like
the Beavers
100 kids.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all remember.
on one
And
team.
And Penn Green had tryouts and practice at Pally High. I don't know if y'all remember that. Across from the Stanford Mall.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so deep that we couldn't just all play for one team. Because
Yeah.
you only could play 15 kids at a time.
Had to have like 3 teams.
Right.
Man.
That's crazy. Yeah.
And a lot of
excited,
East Palo Alto kids branched off from
Yup.
there.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
walking with TD, right? And TD goes like this. Hey, you want to play rugby? And I was like, why? What are we going to do? He said, let's just start up our own team in EPA. I was like,
Right?
all right, if you say so, bro. All right, where we at?
So it's like the Sandlot.
Yeah. Pretty much. It was crazy. He really did it. Like
I remember TD telling me, like, hey, let's go play for the Razorbacks. I was like, dang, Belly, are you going? Belly's like, oh, God. And it was a funny lie. He said, no for him, no. God. That's the only reason why we didn't play for the Razorback that year.
Nah, yeah, we broke that curse.
Yeah.
No, shout out to Penn Green, Coach Mo, Carlota, and them. You know,
Yeah.
you needed that type because without Penn Green, there probably would be no Razorbacks. And the reason why I say that is because there wasn't that many high school, maybe in Concord and Sac, right? Concord, and Sac,
Yep.
and I want to say
Burbank. Shout out to
Silicon
Burbank.
Valley.
Silicon Valley.
Silicon Valley with Dean. I don't know,
Yeah.
remember OG Dean?
Yeah, Dean. OG.
Yeah. But
That's crazy.
but dude, EPA in the early 2000s it was like Coach Carter. TD was like Coach Carter.
Yeah.
He was like pull up in the bourbon. He's like, we going to practice.
Hey, that's
You
the
know what I mean?
best. That's the best analogy for him. Is
And-
Coach Carter. 'Cause
Right.
that's what he did. He picked up everybody when you need a ride from.
Yup.
There was no excuse. You had no excuse. If you couldn't get a ride, he'll come pick you up.
Yep.
Or he'll find someone to come pick you up. Like if you need a ride to the game, he'll find a way to get you a seat in his car. But that was just his way. He was always willing to go extra. Like shit, he always drove me to my games. Right, cause me and his son Petty played.
Right.
But Petty was a little young. He was a little younger, but he played up,
Yeah.
right. But like the fact that he used to come pick me up from my house, feed me, and take me home.
Shout out to Betty. I see him
that's the
playing,
rule.
but he be out there playing rugby.
He got a scholarship
Jackson.
and everything
Yeah.
to go play rugby.
Yeah.
Shout out to him.
He
man.
actually looks like a young TD.
Yeah.
He look young. No, he does.
Yeah, you
I
ain't
seen
lying.
a picture of him. I said, "You look like your dad. You just ain't dark."
That's like when you gotta be like,
Hey, nah, he's a hell of a player though, man. That's a good kid, man. That's
Big
one
ups to
good
him.
kid, bro.
Shout out to Coach Alpha, Fascava's son. I see him out there balling. He's
Yeah.
out here coaching the Razor Hawk girls.
Yeah,
right?
I saw that.
And he's out there playing in the East Coast. Shout out to him,
Yeah.
man. That's what it's all about. In our club at Pleasanton Cavaliers, a couple girls playing for Life West.
Right.
You know,
Oh, really?
yeah,
Damn, that's
and
what's
then
up.
I see a lot of Amazon players, girls playing for USA.
Yep.
Just
And
talking to one of
Amazon
the
was no
coaches.
joke, boy.
Yeah, man.
We know Amazon
Man.
way back.
Man,
Yeah,
them
Sack,
props was no
yeah,
joke, boy.
Sack don't play when it comes to rugby.
You know,
Right.
when it was
Sack
coming,
got 'em.
not even that, just coming to head up was. There's people that used to watch those games more than the men's, bro. Because remember that when Golden Gate used to have the two fields,
Oh,
they
right.
used to be able to cross
Alright.
over, and they had the women's field and the men's field. Man, I used to go watch the Amazon play. I would wait for them to play because I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna watch that shit.
Yeah, the Amazon they don't play.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was no joke. And then the Razorback, the Razorback girls, they were leveled up with them, but they just had a different type of level of rugby at that
Yeah.
time because they were all vets.